Sample documentation occurs at the time of sample collection, and it's the first step in ensuring you have reliable quality data. Today, I'm going to share some important essential parts of sample documentation to ensure your samples are processed accurately. So let's get started. When planning a sampling event, be sure to communicate your plans with your project manager, including the testing required and the day and time you are planning on collecting your samples. Your Suburban Testing Lab's project manager will ensure you receive all of your sample containers with preservatives ahead of time. This will also allow us to schedule your sample pickup and alert the laboratory of any short hold analysis that may be arriving. We have two options for chain of custody forms and sample container labels: pre-filled and blank. You can easily use a blank chain of custody form and labels. Blank chain of custody forms are also available on our website or in carbon form. If you want the convenience of pre-filled forms and labels, simply let your project manager know what you will be testing for and the frequency. We will have them delivered to you with your bottleware. When getting prepared to sample, ensure you have the correct bottles. Ensure the tests listed on the chain of custody form are accurate and that you have the container labels you need. Have a cooler with wet ice to transport the samples, a pen, and all sampling supplies. Then, you're ready to sample. Collect your samples according to protocol, and if necessary, add preservatives. Be sure to document all information on your chain of custody form, including sample site ID, sample location, date and time of collection, your initials, and tests needed if you're using a blank form. Also the sample type and container and preservative information. Some important things to remember are: do not copy the pre-filled chain of custody form. Each form has a unique identification number which cannot be duplicated. This would cause slowdown and may lead to administrative problems when your samples arrive in the laboratory. Ensure the unique work order ID on the labels matches the work order ID on the chain of custody form. When these are mismatched, it can leave potential for error when samples are received in the laboratory. Sample labels are best applied to containers when the bottles are dry. Our new sample container labels are much more durable to temperature, preservation leakage, and moisture. They will adhere best when applied prior to sampling. If sampling from multiple sites on one chain of custody, ensure you do not mix up the labels. Double-check site names on the labels before collecting samples. Be sure to fill out all areas of the label and the chain of custody form. In order for samples to meet acceptance criteria, they must include, at a minimum, the sample description, sample location, matrix, date and time of collection, the collector's initials, and the test requested. Completing all required areas of the form and the label will ensure samples are not switched or mislabeled, and also allows the laboratory staff to clearly see that they have the correct sample when performing analysis. This will prevent slowdown in our sample receiving department as well. Suburban Testing Labs utilizes barcode technology for fast and accurate processing. Ensure the barcodes are on flat surfaces of the containers and that the left-hand side of the label is not covered. Be sure to sign the chain of custody in the Relinquish By field and place the samples on wet ice in a cooler or in a refrigerator that meets cooling preservation guidelines. When our lab staff receive the samples, we will sign on the Received By line, which indicates when Suburban takes possession of the samples. If you have any questions, the Client and Field Services team at Suburban Testing Labs is always here to help. Proper documentation at the time of sampling is an integral part of safeguarding your data quality and reliability. We make it easy by providing pre-filled paperwork for our clients. Following these easy tips will ensure your samples are processed fast and efficiently. Thanks for watching this installment of Suburban Academy.